Well, hello, my fabulous friends. Welcome to Manifesting Monday. And today I have a very special Manifesting Monday for you. You will need some experience with our previous Manifesting Monday, where I take you up to your Universal Post Office. If you haven't seen that one, please stop this now, go back and listen to that one, and then watch this one. If you don't have time, that's fine. You might just get it by watching this one as well. But this is basically your Universal Post Office, or your 8th chakra on steroids. I'm going to really pump it up for you with this one now that you're a little bit familiar with it. And to do that, I'm going to use the Miracle of Manaforce, The Secret of Wealth, Love, and Power by Madeline C. Morris. Madeline was a Rosicrucian from Amorc, same place that I've learned all my Rosicrucian from. And so this is a blend of Rosicrucian's secrets. And they aren't really secrets. The only reason they're called secrets is because some people refuse to listen to them. And so it's like a secret that that you try and tell other people, but they don't want to hear it. So you think, all right, I'll keep it as my secret. So this is a blend between the Rosicrucian teachings of breathing and manifestation. And she's lived in Hawaii. And I thought this is actually very interesting because we've been talking a lot about the fires in Maui, sending blessings to all those people. Absolutely terrible situation there in Maui. And she kind of blended a little bit. And that's why she called it Manaforce. So she's using the powers of the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. Plus, she's blended in the beliefs of the Hawaiian people. And I love this system. I've been using this system, and she calls it the most potent occult secret ever revealed. Now, this is a book from, I believe it is, 1975 by Parker Publishing Company. It's out of publish. It's really expensive to find a good copy of it. There's lots of fake copies out there, but this is one of the original. This is an original book. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to start with is, what is it that you want? So I'm just going to read a few paragraphs of this for you, so we can get a good gist of what's going on here. Before you start to use Manaforce power, you don't need to actually watch from now on. You can just listen, because I will be putting you through a bit of a step-by-step, and there's not really to watch on the video. So if you want to listen from now on, that's fine as well. All right. So what is it that you want? Be specific. Before you start to use Manaforce power, decide exactly what it is you want. Think it out thoroughly before you start to put your command into action. Remember, the words you use in your command can be likened to a pattern for something to be manufactured. If the pattern is only half formulated, how can the end product that is made from it be complete? If you were making a blueprint for a house and left off the front door, wouldn't the completed house be minus a front door? Or if you worked from a dress pattern with no sleeves in it, wouldn't your finished dress have no sleeves? If you were going to order a car, the salesperson would have to know a number of things before he could complete your order. If you just gave him the make of the car, this wouldn't be enough information for him to fulfill your order. He would need to know what color you want, if you wanted power steering, what body style you would like, and if you want white sidewalls. How about a radio and a heater? Will you want these items? He would need this information and much more before he could fulfill your desires in your choice of the car you want. The same kind of situation holds true if you are ordering anything you want. You must be specific. This is especially true in using Manaforce power and sending your order out into the cosmic. Tell your high self exactly what it is that you want. If it is money that you are asking for, name a specific amount. Don't leave it up to the high self to decide what's best for you. Remember, you were given the creative power and the free will to direct it. You are also given the responsibility for making your own decisions. God will not make them for you. Your high self will not take the responsibility of making decisions for you. I can't tell you how many times I've heard someone say something like this: if it's God's will, I'll get that new house. When someone makes a statement like this, we can only presume that he believes that God may not want him to have a better house to live in. How preposterous this belief is. God couldn't care less whether we have a new house or not. Why should he? He gave us the power to create what we want from life and the free will to use it. If we choose not to use this power, is it his responsibility to give us what we want in any way? Of course not. So, decide exactly what you want and set the wheels in motion for getting it. You and you alone must decide what you want, how much, and any other specifics pertaining to what you are asking for. Now that you have decided exactly what you want, put it into words. Do this in the same manner and just as thoroughly as you would if you were going to order it from a salesperson. And I've banged on about that quite a bit, actually. Make sure you order exactly what you want. So now, once you do that step one, I'm going to introduce you to Mana Force Power, how to generate Mana Force Power to get exactly what you want. So you've written down exactly what you want. And like she said, like you're ordering a car. Do you want a CD player in it? Do you want GPS in it? Do you want air conditioning? What color? How many doors? Like really get specific. So here we start with Mana Force Power, the most powerful creative force known. In this chapter, you will learn to generate... Oh, before I get going, remember this was written in 1975 when the vernacular was mostly the male gender and he, him, they. Please just don't let that trip you up. Just listen to the system of it and put your own words, put your own gender in. We're all adults here. We can all figure it out. All right? All right. Without further ado, let's get started. In this chapter, you will learn to generate what is probably the most powerful creative force known to man. This is Mana Force Power. This amazing power works so effectively that it will carry your command to the most distant part of the planet in order to fulfill your desire. You will find, after using it, that you can make your every wish come true. Nothing will be impossible for you. You will see how you can get a new house even if you don't have enough money. You will find out how to get a new car by simply pulling a switch that sends Mana Force Power out to bring it to you. The use of this power was jealously guarded by the Hawaiian kahunas for several thousand years. It was considered too potent to be given to the masses. In this chapter, you will be taught how to use this magic Mana Force Power from Hawaii. You can become proficient in the use of this wonderful Mana Force Power with just a few minutes of practice. It doesn't require long hours and days of study in order to understand how to use it. There are only 4 simple steps that take minutes to perform. That is all there is to do in order to put this powerful Mana Force to work for you. So prepare the mind for the powerful creative force to enter. Before we can put Mana Force Power to work, it is desirable to first calm the mind and body. The best way to do this is to sit quietly in a chair for a few moments. The next step is to get rid of any negative thoughts that might be plaguing the mind. Replace negative thoughts with thoughts of something peaceful and beautiful. An example of this kind of visualization could be one of the following. Number 1, imagine you're walking through a beautiful park on a warm spring day. The flowers are in bloom, the grass is green and fragrant, and the leaves on the trees are being gently rippled by a light breeze. Number 2, imagine you're sitting on a little hill overlooking the ocean. See the water birds flying over gently the swelling waves. See a little sandpiper picking away at a spot on the beach. Hear a gull calling to another gull to tell him of a moment of discovered treasure. Number 3, Picture yourself sitting quietly on the bank of a mountain stream, high in some wooded mountain. Listen to the sound of the water as it flows down the stream bed, over half-buried rocks, and around the branches of bushes growing at the water's edge. Smell the scent of aromatic trees that stand in majestic silence all around you. Use whichever visualization that appeals to you, or use one of your own. This kind of visualization does a number of things that will be helpful to you in learning to use mana force power. A lovely, peaceful visualization will calm the mind and body. It will bring in a positive vibrations that will dispel any lingering negative ones that you've not been able to get rid of consciously. Simple exercise to bring in mana force power. The next step in the process of building mana force power is to build up a supply of psychic energy in your body. This psychic energy comes from the vital life force that permeates all space. It is in large quantities in the air we breathe. Since it is endowed with a form of intelligence, we can direct it with our minds. The following breathing exercises enables you to take in large quantities of the vital life force that the Hawaiian kahuna calls mana. And I'd just like to interject here, the Rosicrucians call it the vital life force. So it's interesting that both ancient systems refer to the same thing with different names. So it's called vital life force. They call it mana. Rosicrucians have always called it vital life force. So anyways, let's continue. Step 1, expel all the air from the lungs. Do this by exhaling all the air that will come out. Next, using short exhaling puffs, literally push out more air. Do this until you can't get any more air out. This removes all of the old air from the lungs and makes room for a larger amount of mana. Step 2, pushing the diaphragm out. Fill the lower part of the lungs. Do not allow the chest to expand at this point. We want the lower part of the lungs to fill with air first. 3, now expand the chest and fill the lungs with air. 4, hold this air in the lungs for a very slow count of 10 or whatever you can do. Step 5, exhale the air as in step 1. Repeat this exercise 3 times before going to the next step. Feel the tremendous power build. After doing the above exercise 3 times, hold the arms out in front of you, palms facing, with the palms about 6 to 10 inches apart. So I'm just going to show you a little demonstration. So you want your palms about like this. So pretend you're holding a basketball in your palms. So your palms are facing each other, and pretend you're holding a basketball in your hands. Feel the mana force power building. Your hands will become warm and tingly, especially in the palms. And I always move my arms slowly back and forth, just so my fingertips barely touch, and back, and touch, and back. And you can almost feel like there's some kind of gooey substance in there. So when you're pushing it together, when you're pulling it apart, you think you're pulling like a big wad of gum. When you push it together, it feels like you're pushing a balloon. If you can't, slow it down. You don't want to go too fast. Slow it down until it feels like you're pushing a balloon. And then when you're pulling, it feels like you're pulling a big wad of gum. You're pushing it and pulling it. So let's continue. Continue being aware of building the force field as you do the complete breathing exercises 3 more times. So you do the breathing exercises 3 times. You build the power between your hands. You do the breathing exercises 3 more times while you are moving your hands together. All right? Or you can just hold them still if you want. I just find it creates more energy when I move them back and forth together, barely touching my fingertips. Beware of the livingness of mana you are taking into your body with the air. Your mind can connect with the intelligence in the mana, which is a living life force. In this way, you can order a great deal more of the life to enter your body with the air that you would normally come in. The tingling sensation that you feel in the palm of your hands is a concentrated field of energy that has been generated by the breathing exercise and the conscious awareness of the mana that you are taking into your body. This is a living, pulsing energy field filled with dynamic power. It is just awaiting your command to tell it what you want it to do. So now we're going to send this power to the high self. Now, the high self is in the area above your post office to the universe. So that's why it was important that you know where your post office to the universe is. This next step I'm going to teach you, this is great for a lost object. You can put a lost object into this area. You can put a lost person into this area. If you're arguing with somebody or somebody hasn't been in your life, put a picture of them in this ball of energy that you're creating in your hands. This isn't in the book. This is me teaching you this. So this part of the book I actually we don't really need to continue because I want to explain it a little bit differently. What I want you to do is put that ball of energy that you have now created between your hands, and I want you to think of a way of picturing exactly what you want. That's why it was so important that you figure out exactly what you want before you start this. So like she said, if it's a car, put the exact car into this ball of energy that's between your hands. If it's a missing item, put this exact item in this ball of energy between your hands. If it's something that you want, a certain amount of money, see maybe your bank account with that amount of money being deposited or that balance in your bank account, or actually see that amount of money in cash. Sometimes that's hard if we need a lot. We can't imagine that much cash. So it's better to see a bank balance. Like imagine your bank balance, you open up your phone or your laptop and you're looking at the bank balance and you see that number at the bottom of your bank balance. If it's a person, imagine that person. Imagine that person smiling, especially if you're fighting with that person or you haven't seen that person or you want to hear from that person. Imagine that person smiling. Another way to imagine somebody coming back to you or contacting you is imagine your phone and their name and number showing up as if they were calling you, however your phone looks. Imagine it's their name and number and how happy you are to hear from them, or a text message. You get a beep on your phone and you look and it's a text message from them. You can also do that. But if you're doing it with a person, always imagine them smiling and happy, even if you're angry with them. So imagine them smiling and happy. So person, place, and thing. I think if you want to move, if you want a new job, imagine looking at the company name and you're walking in the door, smiling, and they say good morning to you. If it's a new job, maybe they have name badges that you've seen and you see the name of the company and your name underneath it. But imagine that you are already there. You've already done the interview and everything. You're actually working there. If it's somewhere that you want to move, imagine the house that you want, and imagine you're driving into the city, and most cities have like welcome to, and it has the city name in it. Or you get an envelope with your name and an address with that city name or home but make sure you are complete in what you want before you do this, because this is very, very powerful. All right. So you've done your breathing exercises and you've built up this energy. All right. So you got this base ball of energy. You've done your breathing exercises. Now what I want you to do is balance your chakras. So you've got this energy ball, and you can gently move your hands back and forth while you're doing this. You're building up the energy. I want you to put red around your ankles, orange around your sacrum, yellow around your belly button, green around your heart, blue around your throat, indigo around your third eye, violet on your crown. And then we go up to our post office, our white room that we have created. And we're sitting in our post office. We're ready to talk to the universe, to God, to Allah, to whoever you believe. It's your post office, it's your universe, it's your belief. And you take the ball that you've been building in your hands, that you have the item in there, right? You've already put the item in there. And while you're balancing your chakras, you're building the energy around it. And I want you to actually take that ball and lift it over your head. And so you're holding it right above it's basically you're standing in your post office. Remember, there's no ceiling on your post office, on your room. And now you're holding this ball above your head. All right? So now we'll continue. So now you say something like, my high self, create this blank for me. It is my strong desire to have this blank. And if you're speaking words out loud, that's best. If you live in a place that has a lot of people and you can't, that's okay. Say it to yourself. To do it to yourself, say it to yourself is better than not doing it at all. But try and find a time when you can say this out loud. Okay? So you've sent this ball of energy. You're in your post office. And your hands are actually above your head. This is important because you're taking action. And I've always told you, action, the law of action is stronger than the law of attraction. So you're holding this ball above your head. You're visioning. You're standing in your post office. There's no ceiling in your post office, so you can't hit your hand. You've got this ball of energy with exactly what you want. You now say, my high self, create this blank for me. It is my strong desire to have this blank. I need this so I can live more comfortably. If there's something I must do to make this blank a reality, tell me what it is. I now turn this problem over to you, knowing that you will take care of it for me. Thank you, my high self. So you will note that you are asking your high self to tell you if there's anything that you should do to make this house or car or job, this person, place, or thing a reality. This person, place, or thing is not likely to drop from the heavens into your lap. You'll probably be involved in some manner in making it come to you. And we discussed that in when I talked about the 8th chakra. You sit quietly and you listen for something. If something doesn't appear right away, then whether it appears or whether it not, this is how I want you to close it. So wait a few minutes, as long as you want. If nothing's coming, that's okay. So by giving the high self the above instructions, you will be shown what you are to do. Do not try to guess how this will happen. It could come in a way that you know nothing about at this time. Remember, our Father has told us, I have ways ye know not of. So that's the Christian Father, but that could be the universe. So just keep yourself open to anything in the way of an idea that may come to you. Now it is time to speak the word or send out a command. It should be something like this. I command this person, place, or thing to come to me. I command it with my full power. This must be done because I command it. So be it. It is done. Use a strong positive tone of voice when speaking this command. Remember, you are the creator. Number 6, this last point is one of the most important and probably the hardest thing to do. Now that you've contacted your high self and given your command, cast out all thoughts of this person, place, or thing out of your mind for the time being. Know that you have put the wheels in motion for creating your person, place, or thing. Know that it will come to you. It must come to you because its creation has already started. There is only one thing that would keep this person, place, or thing away from you, and that is if you were to let doubt creep in. Doubt tells the high self that you really didn't mean to actually create this person, place, or thing, so you are, in effect, canceling your order. Do not plant the seed and then dig it up to see if it is growing. Know that it is growing and go on with the daily business of living. Remember in Mark 12, what things soever ye desire when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. This tells us very clearly that we must have faith in our ability to create with the Word. And like I said, I think the Bible is, without being a heretic or anything, I think it's the greatest. The New Testament, there's parts of it that are the greatest manifestation techniques known to man. And that is one of them. And you don't have to be a Christian to believe it. You can be any religion that you want. And it's just that back in 1975, they relied on the Christian religion a lot to teach things. So with that being said, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to put the colors here, and I'm just going to say the parts of the body. So you can bookmark this and clip this at this point. And all you need to do is look at these colors as I say the parts of the body to balance your chakras. I just find that easier. I don't know if you will or not. So I'm going to assume that you have written out exactly what you want, have a firm picture in your mind. You've calmed your body and your mind. You've done your breathing exercises. You've started to create your energy ball. You've done 3 more breathing exercises. You with the energy with what you've created in your energy ball. You've placing your energy or what you want in your energy ball. You are lifting it above your head. And now we come to the chakra balancing to get into our post office. Let us begin. Ankles, sacrum, solar plexus, belly button area, heart, throat, third eye, crown, post office, our white ball. Don't forget to say your commands that what you want, and you command it because you are the creator. Don't be afraid to command. I will put down in the description the wording. Don't get tripped up on the wording at all. Just that this is what I want. This is exactly what I want, and I command that you bring it to me. And remember that the most important part is you do not doubt. Do not doubt that somehow, some way, the universe will bring it to you. You might get an idea right then and there. It might take 24 hours, might take 48 hours, but somehow, some way, it will come to you. This was a very powerful Manifesting Monday. It might take you a couple of times to listen to it. I sure hope you enjoyed this. I'm enjoying teaching you these, and I think I've done a pretty good job of progressing you. If I would have started you with this big, powerful one, would have been too much. I think I've done a good job of progressing you up until this point. Thank you so much. Thank you for spending your time with me. I enjoy manifesting all of you. I hope you enjoy manifesting me. Take good care. See you online. Bye for now.